How do you wipe?
Nikikojoa, back to front. The way you do to your ass, like, meow. The way you do to mine, like, meow.
Hot water is a problem. It loosens the muscles. So I also stopped.
Your partner can affect your vaginal health.
Your pH.
Umenipea stress wiki mzima na kupigia ushiki. Blood pressure imepanda. Now unanuka. When will me and my hoo-ha breathe?
We had a guy on set. Sasa when nilisema I was having some discharge, it wasn't going away, and then I decided to like use boric acid. Yeah. And they were like, no, ati ndawa ya mende.
Welcome guys, welcome to another episode here at Girl Unfiltered featuring Space Yako the podcast. I am Monday the Great. It's a beautiful day to be a black woman.
Hi everybody, it's Marlene from Space Yako the podcast.
Gladwell here from Space Yako the podcast.
Hi guys, my name is Lorraine Tesoti. I'm from Girl Unfiltered.
So we're gonna begin this episode with a little fun icebreaker, a game of charades.
Okay. No, I don't. Can I stand up?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Run.
Sweat.
She got it.
Period.
Vagina. Pussy.
Canal.
Vulva.
Vaginal canal.
Exactly.
Oh,
so
vulva.
No, not spank.
Oh,
Masturbation.
No.
wank. Penis.
Putting on a condom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right there. Don't stop.
Coming.
Climaxing.
August.
Oh.
See, orgasm, it's like coming to her.
Yeah.
Mama, yeah, it's coming.
But like my word was orgasm.
Orgasm.
Yeah. Today's topic is on how we can maintain healthy genitals. For example, pulling back your foreskin if you have not chopped the choppity chop. We used to think it's only boys who can get smegma. For girls, if you don't push back your lips, you know you have lips down there. It's not like just vagina.
Yeah.
If you don't push it back and clean it properly, there'll be build-up. How do you clean your...
No, I want to ask before I answer, because I know also on the clit, we have not really discharge, but sometimes there's accumulation of dead cells.
On the clitoral hood.
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
clitoral hood. So when you're pushing back the lips as well, remember to wash that hood. Yeah.
I did.
Tess, you did know your clit has a hood.
Maybe Nikivao.
Your clit, they're like the whole thing. See, it's like a tiny bird up on you.
Yeah.
When you're turned on, like proper turned on,
It pushes out.
inafura, alafu it comes out.
Inatoka
It's
nje.
Yeah, it
like
does.
the way a dick gets
Gets
hard
hard.
and like
It
engorges.
Also
Yeah.
for me when
Your clit also.
Get
So when
Out
you
of the
don't
hood.
clean it, the hood itatoka na kuna vitu color zingine
I
hapo.
think mimi ndo sijai pay attention kwa hood ya clit. The only time naonanga maybe thorough cleaning ikifika kwa vagina ni after periods. Kuna kwanga na ile pH imemiss kiasi, ile kunukanika unanuka damu, then I can take another step of taking the boric acid and then I put it and then my vagina smells fresh.
I have used boric acid as well, and I think I have opened up on our podcast. And on that day, we had a guy on set. Nasa when nilisema, I think I was having some discharge. It wasn't going away, and then I decided to like use boric acid. And they were like, no, ati ndawa ya mende. Actually, it shouldn't be used unless by the directions of healthcare, a gyna, or it shouldn't be used at all.
Okay.
Manda, you
Yeah.
good?
So I was surprised.
No, it's not like I've ever used boric acid. It's the dawamende that threw me off. It was
It
like,
threw me off
what
as
is it?
well.
What do you mean?
Diamond.
We were
Yeah.
told that. Actually, I was also shocked. I have not used boric acid there.
But we are not the professionals.
Yeah.
Please tell us about where to find more info.
So if you have such questions, and if you're wondering what is the right prescription, Wazzii does not prescribe. However, Wazzii gives you information, and as well you can chat and talk to a healthcare professional from a health facility and get to know more about what we are talking about here. If you want to access our chatbot, that is www.wazzii.ke. That is wazzii.ke.
Sa tunaoshaje naturally bila products.
Pat them lips, go to town. Pat wider, go to zungusha, or like massage. Paka ni feel inafanya skr. You know that
na unafanya na feel mchafu kwa sababu mimi sijaiweka like so much concentration on my vagina.
Well,
si ati mimi mchafu but
okay,
yeah.
I was saying my personal experience. No mafutas on that area, just around the thighs, inner thigh. But see ati sasa I lather my lips in coconut oil and no, I just let it be.
They usually say if you also want to smell nice as a girl, as in even with your natural scent, ni nini unakunywa. When you drink pineapple, asubuhi you wake up to a pineapple juice, you are going to stay
Fresh.
I usually lean on pineapples and yogurt to like balance myself na kubalance venye nanuko huko chini, and then I usually watch my panties. Ukiwa na panty yenye nakufinya sana,
Right? Your G-strings and your thongs.
uko tu na tuko tu. Unapata mtu anaweka ndimu kwa maji ati anataka kwenda kuikale.
People pour even drinks.
Drinks.
So again, hot water is a problem down there. It loosens the muscles.
Yes.
Yeah. So I also stopped.
Ulijiosha na maji moto.
Not really.
Walisema si moto sana but like warm.
The tissues there are so thin, and so the idea is that anything can tamper with them. I know of ndimu the same. Sasa achana na kukalia. I know there are people who squeeze.
Yeah, which is wrong.
How do you wipe? Is it front to back or back to front?
Front to back.
Nikikojoa back to front. Not like naingisha hivi kwa rasa, no. I just do like
Cuts.
to my vagina and then the way you do to your ass like meow. Then I do to mine like meow.
Okay.
Reverse, reverse.
Always front to back.
Always.
Whether
I mean, that's
whether
like you
front to
Regardless
back.
of the coil.
Yeah.
Short or long.
front to back.
Front to
all
back.
day,
And
every
always
day.
But then
wipes.
tumianga
Use flashable wipes.
hii flashable wipe. Unaona mimi kenda mahali nipate hapo hivyo kuna tissue. I usually opt for maji.
Yeah, but as you
I
should.
usually like
Yeah.
Cool.
I
Tena
thought I
hata
was
uzuri
awkward.
kuna like such nini like toilets ziko hizo ni bidets. I think called
Bidet.
the T
The T silent.
Thank you, girl.
Okay.
So like
Yeah.
una like spray hivi. Yeah,
And
no.
then
You know sometimes
you don't have
you
to
don't touch
your
shit. Yeah. Then you can still now maybe use a tissue to dry. It's like you drain
Tap
the water.
dry.
Tap.
Mimi suruali
you're
tatausha mimi.
Okay.
Do you know it's unhygienic for you to have a wet panty
panty
on?
Has anyone among us ever seen a gyna? Just wewe umeamua today, you know what? It's me day, self-care, si kucha peke yake. Let me go see a daktari about my hoo-ha.
Yeah.
So many times.
Okay.
myself.
Me once.
Nimemwona hivi kwa set ya podcast.
Mimi, wongo.
Yeah.
I actually know I should, but will I go? Now that's the problem.
There are public hospitals that have gynos
Eh.
that you can go. The only problem is they are on the health care facility on certain days, like on very
Okay.
specific days, and you can
Oh,
imagine.
yeah, unapatanga wengine wako tu only available on Thursday.
Yeah. Na hiyo
And hiyo
Thursday,
Thursday watu wako 50.
referrals. Yeah.
Alafu si ati atakaa hapo all day.
Yeah.
Kwa gani labda tuende na mwanaume.
Speaking of mwanaume, do you know your partner can affect like your vaginal
your
health?
Your pH.
Yeah.
Umenipea stress wiki mzima na kupigia ushiki. Nimeshashikwa na stress, blood pressure imepanda, now nanuka. When will me and my hoo-ha breathe? The cloth you wear affects your vagina.
Yeah.
Stress levels affect your vagina. What you eat, what you drink affect. Will me and my kitty breathe? I mean, I'm just like, There's this part of lifestyle. Wewe tu kila Friday uko bukla. You're mixing the brown and the clear until you can't hear. Yani ni tu downing shots. From shots to cocktails, from cocktails to wine. Yani hakuna kitu hautumii. And you smoke like a chimney. And you expect your vagina to be healthy.
You mean najua like si healthy, but bado sioni vile like smoking ina affect vaginal health.
Do you know about cotton mouth?
Nope.
No.
Cotton mouth is when you partake of marijuana, you don't hydrate or take water. Adi your saliva inakauka, you can't even spit your cotton mouth. So that happens to the rest of your body. Adi uku down. So like prolonged use of smoking products, vape, cigar, marijuana, dryness. And dryness isn't good for you because we're supposed to keep the place lubricated, moist. So it's like when you smoke for over like a very long period of time, you begin to get the effects.
And also just the fact that impaired judgment is also part of it. So you're more likely to make like unthought of decisions when you're high or something. So there's also that. I started going to the gym. It's been now quite some time. And I was surprised to hear today. And it actually makes sense that when you're using the equipment at the gym, so there's the ones to sit on for the weights. You can actually
catch something.
Catch something because people sweat on them. And then imagine the materials that we go with to the gym. How thin they are on the body. So the safest thing to do is like to wipe the surfaces, like to have some kind of clean water or
but like say most gym places or like places ambao people go to work out wanakonga make like sanitizers somewhere, so it's just for you to go. Una sanitize the whatever equipment you're gonna use. Kai ilikuwa ni kitu ya kukalia wana pull hivi una sanitize that
the
area.
Bench,
exactly.
Then they sanitize the place I'm going to sit on.
Like are there any kinds of products ambazo mnaweza like recommend that somebody can use?
I feel like
kama ako like an experience at the dryness, maybe hapati the natural wetness. Like is there something like mnapaka Vaseline ama nini inapakwa? Is it lubes?
Okra, pineapple.
We were told okra doesn't work. So okra water we were told. Mr. Chris Obwaka, a gyna obstetrician, that the only thing that is likely to work is pineapples. Okra had its moment in this country, to be honest. I think I take time to try out something, and honestly, I don't think I'm.
But I feel like
so
if you don't want to go to the extremes za okra water, because you have to wait for it to get slimy. Si ati unakata tu na unakunywa tu maji ndio usikuwe na dryness.
Most of the time, when we have infections, we're given antibiotics. So every time someone uses antibiotics, it's important to like have probiotics. Because I realized I developed resistance of some medication because it was just antibiotics after another. So then it brought my probiotics down. So every time someone uses antibiotics, you should at least try and use probiotics. If not the supplements, then the food.
Also people should remember to pee after sex. Juka tulikuwa tumemention hiyo. Don't try the bad bacteria in upset like your pH balance.
If I pee after sex, kuna possibility that I might get pregnant.
Yes, because like you're peeing from your urethra. The sperms are all the way up your cervix.
Celebrating going to form.
Ziko uko wewe ni hapa.
So why am I peeing? Yet the sperms is already uko.
It's not, you're not releasing
the intention wasn't you to flush out sperms.
You remember when I was saying we have a short urethra? Time anaingiza ako hii kitu. Hizo mauchafu zitaingia kwa urethra rahisi. Sasa ukisusu inatoka, like sasa utakuwa sawa. Lakini fighters, sperms, ziko juu, zishaenda. Wanasema kinyozi ya jinyoi, mimi na jinyoa. Sasa I've shaved. I have this cream. It's anti-inflammatory. That's what I use.
Does it go in the lips or it's just like on there?
Which lips?
We have to clarify.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. I just apply like places inakuanga prone to irritation. Kama hapa kwa corners. Na avoid generally like anywhere that is not the color of skin. If you know, you know.
Okay, there are benefits. Okay, not really benefits, but there are no risks when you use like Dove soap, whether for skin or for down there. Yeah, but not like really down. But you see the way after your periods, you might be hairy and you have some stuck on this cavity, so you can use Dove soap down there.
Yeah, or any soaps that are just mild and unscented.
And you check on your partner. Make sure it's one partner. Use condoms.
What is that what partner has?
Exactly. Sasa wewe kitakuramba, uende utafute dawa. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Girl Unfiltered featuring Space Yako, the podcast. It's a beautiful day to be a black woman. Wash your hoo-ha. And please comment, like, share, subscribe, and tell us what you feel, what you think. It's been your girl, Monday the Great. Peace.
Remember, front to back. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Feels, let it out. Done, get it right in the feels, let it